Hey, Coach Jesse here on the most effective and efficient way to stretch your quads and your hip flexors. So this is by far my most favorite stretch that you can do easily at home. You're going to need three things: a wall, a bench, or a couch that you can easily prop one foot up. Two, you're going to need a pillow or something comfortable that you're going to rest your knee on in a half kneeling position. And three, a foam roller, a chair, or something that will help you balance, that will help you get up from the beginner level all the way up to the advanced level. Now this has lots of levels. I'm going to begin with the first one. As a beginner, you're going to want to keep both knees on the ground. Prop one foot up onto your couch or against the wall and push your knee back as far as you can. And then, as a beginner, you're going to want to drop to your elbows. From this position, drive your hip down towards the floor. And if you're not feeling anything in this position, it's then time for position two, which is just to rise up. Use your hands to push up into a more upward position as you're lifting your chest, then push your hip down towards the ground. And then you begin to feel that stretch high on the quad near your hip flexor. The third position, this is where it starts to get tough, is where you're going to take a big step and keep your foot flat, knee at 90 degrees. And this is really going to make it more intense. And once you're in this position here, again, push your hip forward away from the wall or the couch behind you. And then the most advanced position, position four, is where you rise up. This is where you might need a little assistance with a foam roller, chair, or otherwise. And once we're in the upright position, really work on tucking the tailbone by pulling your belly button in and squeezing your glute to help drive your hip forward. In this position, you're going to have a lot of range to really work. So if you feel like your glute is touching your heel, you have a lot of movement here. You're going to want to push away without leaning forward. So what we're going to do is a 3-minute stretch on each quad. So pick the position that best suits you to get started. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. And then let's get started. So I'm actually going to begin in a lower position here with my hands on the floor and my knee on the ground. You can start in the more advanced position, and then let's begin. So right now I'm stretching out my right side here, and even though this is a little bit easier for me, I can really work on focusing on tightening the glute. And the reason I'm doing that is by squeezing the glute, it's signaling the quad to shut off. All right, so you have a front and a back side to each part of your body. And anytime one muscle is contracting, the other side is signaled to let go. So that's one of the reasons why I'm starting here. Now I'm not gonna stay here. We're about 45 seconds into the stretch. And if you feel like you can progress from one level to the next on this 3-minute segment, let's do it. So we're about 1 minute in, and I'm going to take a step to take me to the next level. And you can see here, I'm just doing some very small movements, gently rocking my hips forward. Now this can get pretty intense. So if you're feeling this, make sure you're breathing and try to stick with the time. If you have to regress to a more modified position, just do it. Spend the time. Go by the clock. It'll help keep you honest. We're about halfway through this full stretch. We're 90 seconds in, and I think I'm about ready to take it up to this next level here. I'm going to use a little bit of help for balance here. As you can see here, I'm getting pulled forward because it is feeling a little tight. So with the support, I'm able to hold my upper body upright. Take a deep breath, 1 minute to go. And as you exhale, try to release the stretch. And don't forget, by squeezing the glute, you really will be able to help relax the muscle on the front side of your leg. For those in a more advanced position, this can take you into a full split. Now, I'm not going to demo that, but what you can do is extend your forward leg, this my left leg, out in front of me into a half split position, and eventually work my way into a full split. But since we're only concentrating here on the hip flexor and the quad, we're just going to remain in this position. Now, you might be wondering why your quad here might be hurting. Well, you're trying to hold yourself up too high because it hurts to stretch. So drop in a little bit deeper. This muscle will relax. You'll feel a deeper stretch on this side. We're almost there with seconds to go. Take a deep breath. Exhale, sink, and done. All right, well done. So let's shake that leg out. Whew. Now, all that pain, all that discomfort is gone. So we're going to do the other side. So sit yourself up. Now you might find the difference between the right and the left leg. That's totally normal. One side tends to be looser or more mobile than the other. So let's set up and get ready. So on this one, I'm going to stretch my left leg. So I'm going to prop my leg up against my bench or your wall or your couch, whatever you have available. And again, I'm going to start in the downward position. And we're going to start the clock down. So whatever position you're starting in, you can start all the way up in an advanced position. That is absolutely okay. I'm just starting here so I can really work on turning on, firing the glute, and work on pushing my hip towards the ground, away from the bench behind me. All right. First 30 seconds in. I'm about ready to take us to the next level by taking the step. There we go. Now again, when you take the step, make sure that you keep your foot flat and your knee over your heel, okay? And again, as I move from one position, one level to the next, I work into it. I push my hips forward and back. I'm trying to find the best position to feel the most stretch without going too far. You got to find the most comfortable position for you, or should I say the least uncomfortable position right now. And stretching is really just that, getting into an uncomfortable position, holding and breathing. Trying to let the muscle release and let go. We're halfway through. I'm going to take it up. Get my foam roller ready for my balance. And for me, this is really where it starts to hurt. But I know something good is happening here. You know, doing this just a couple times a week has really, really gotten me far. I gotta say, I had trouble getting into this position, and after just a few sessions, by committing the time, you can really help to advance. Now, the reason that I got into this was because when I was doing movements like squats, I could really feel it really tight. Also from running, hip flexors get super tight. So if you're obviously involved in any of these activities, it's super important to get this. Take care of your body, to take care of your muscles. Now we got 30 seconds left. I want you to exhale and breathe. Each time you exhale, just try to drive into a deeper stretch here. I actually don't need to hold that foam roller, so I'm going to reach up to create a longer line here and even bend to the side. Seconds to go. So your final breath, take a deep breath. Exhale, go deep. Excellent. Climb out of that stretch. And that is by far the most effective and efficient way to stretch out your quads and hip flexors. There are other stretches, and when we do the full body stretches, we're going to incorporate this along with those. So I'm glad you stuck with me on this one. Try to incorporate this into your daily stretch. I'll see you next time.